Coral reefs aren't just beautiful underwater pictures that make the ocean more colorful and vibrant. They are integral to the survival of many species of marine life, which are known as the rainforest of the sea. Coral reefs of Porifera are home to around 35% of the ocean's fish and other organisms, which is why their health is key to a robust and self-sufficient marine ecosystem. As coastal construction increases and global temperatures rise, an estimated 32% of coral reefs are now in danger of extinction.
What is coral reef destruction? Coral reef or porifera destruction is defined as the degradation and potential mass death of the ocean corals. It is normally caused by illegal fishing techniques, pollution, careless tourism, other natural phenomena such as earthquakes and hurricanes, and of course climate change. The culprit is responsible for our warmer ocean, but the climate change isn't the only thing affecting coral reefs. Ocean acidification. Coral grow their skeleton upward towards sunlight and also thicken them to reinforce them. Ocean acidification particularly impede the thickening process, decreasing the skeleton density and leaving them more vulnerable to breaking. Ocean acidification is caused by rising levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, mostly from burning fossil fuels, produced by carbonate ions and carbonate ions. But when the ocean absorbs excess carbon dioxide, there are more bicarbonate ions but fewer carbonate ions in seawater, making it harder for corals to acerate skeleton.
Increasing of sea temperature. Next, the increasing of sea temperature is one of the causes that contributed to the extinction of poriferans. This can be seen by the bleaching event that occurred in Australia and Sabah, Malaysia for the last 2 decades. Scientists have been quietly deploying 3,500 sensors, they call them Argos, and their voyage has been every hit as fantastical, plumbing the depth of the seas.
The UN estimated the oceans were warming, but they were off by about 40%. So our results show that the warming is happening much faster.
The data has built up a map of ocean temperatures and how they are changing before Argos. The sea temperature was measured by using sensors deployed on copper wires, but it was crude and inaccurate. Now, a new reanalysis of this historical data together with an extrapolation of the Argo data has led to an alarming conclusion. Oceans are warming in average 40% faster than the UN estimated 5 years ago, and sea levels could rise by 30 cm in the next 80 years. Melting ice caps mean that figure could be much higher. The effect of warming oceans is already evident in coral bleaching events in places like Australia and Malaysia. Warmer water temperatures can result in coral bleaching when water is too warm. Corals will expel the algae living in their tissues, causing the coral to turn completely white. This is called coral bleaching. When a coral bleaches, it is not dead. Corals can survive a bleaching event, but they are under more stress and are subject to salinity. So drastically, action must be taken to avoid this problem from happening by trying to reducing the effect of global warming on the sea temperature. Floating particles. Other than that, floating particles with torrential tidal currents cause light penetration decreases in coastal waters, affecting coral reefs. Coral reefs are found only in shallow waters at a depth of less than 10 meters. Especially in the water of Malacca, which witnessed narrow strait and also one of the busiest maritime routes in the world. The main threat to coral reefs was driven by the rapid development of tourism along the coast. An increased sedimentation due to cleaning activities, increased sewage disposal, and domestic waste. Corrosion pressures on coral reefs due to tourist visits at the site, another species endangered by the destruction. of coral reefs in Karah Turtle as the coastal areas. Therefore, coastal development needs to be carefully planned and well managed to ensure the sustainability of coral reefs in Malacca waters. Initiatives such as reducing the use of plastics and banning garbage disposal into the sea will prevent marine debris from marine organisms. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment should be jointly with the Department of Marine Park Malaysia should play a role in gazetting and managing the area as marine park. Dynamite fishing.
Dynamite fishing is wreaking havoc on delicate coral colonies around the world. Dynamite fishing, otherwise known blast fishing, is illegal in many parts of the world. But despite government crackdowns, the practice is difficult for authorities to contain. Dynamite fishing shatters fragile coral colonies. Even the smallest of dynamite can blast a crater 2 to 3 feet in diameter. The blast kills coral tissue and the surrounding rubbles prevent adjacent coral to live. If the shallow part of the reef is decimated by repeated blasts, it is impossible for the reef to recover. Many more fishermen don't understand that once the reef are cooled, the fish will go too. It is estimated that about 55% of the world reef are treated by overfishing and destructive fishing. Dynamite fishing creates a wave of destruction. It not only threatens coral reef, but it also leads to a decline in fish population. Coral reefs are an integral part of the ocean ecosystem. The climate-related death of the world coral is a planetary crisis. Fishing with dynamite only adds to the horror. It has to stop now. In conclusion, we can help save the coral reef by volunteering our time to local conservation program, supporting reef-friendly business, conserving water to reduce our waste, water production using less plastic, being a more responsible tourist, and most importantly, by spreading awareness and educating others. Together, we save the Porifera.